welcome to Kickstarter Radio 102.4. I'm Lipstickpaddy, your host, and today we're looking at Euthia, Torment of Resurrection. Ooh, this is a big, grandiose game. Let's go to the highlight reel. Euthia, Torment of Resurrection. Oh, this game. Look at these minis. Look at the art. Look at the Monopoly dice. More than 1,000 players have enjoyed the first edition. It can take 2 hours per player. Notice these tiles have level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. You're going to need a big table for this. Look at the player boards. Oh my god, they are so big. I'm not too happy about this because it's kind of like if you get a new spell, it becomes like a little cube. There's these teleport spaces that you can just blink to another area. These lend itself though to basic art in my opinion. You get the hero image, but then you get this dry background, and I'm not a fan of these backgrounds. Here it can actually be a quest. This is nice. What is this? Now these are these squares that I said I don't really like, and compare them to an art which could, art on a card. The more of this armor you have, the stronger holistically that set becomes. It is beautiful, it really is. Feed the inner monster. This is interesting, isn't it? That you have a monster ability card. Now, die and return to get stronger. So 4 players, this is going to be the 4-hour game. A 90-minute game. This is the 2 hours per player, 8-hour monster. Different time. Other scenarios, these are quicker stuff though. You will have to join forces to fight them back, so get ready. In-game scoring. You get scoring for killing monsters. You get scoring for getting resources. You get scoring for completing quests. You get scoring for weakening dragons. Ooh. There is also a possibility to play it solo. Is to get as much strength as you can to defeat the mighty dragon, and also to gain as much reputation as you can. Here it is. Interesting how it will extend your gaming experience. You can see the core box here is 6 kilos. Ooh. Actually reminds me of an actress from the USA. Oh, he has a mule. So is he going to be able to carry more stuff in his bags? An alchemist as well. Ooh, nice. A loner with no interest in others and almost material rage dwelling in her. She's almost a witch, isn't she? Then we've got priest, warrior, wizard, ranger, witch. Completely without any lore. It's very generic fantasy. Game. Let's say you're doing your 100 quests, the 100 missions of Gloomhaven, and you just, you want a refreshing break from it. This is where these games come into play. Palette cleanser is what it is. Strange. Oh, chapter 1 tiles, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5. If you're on your 8-hour quest, there's only 40 different monster cards. The art on the tiles though does look very cool. It reminds me of 86 quests though. This is interesting. Get a little bit more of what they're doing here. Extortion here. Teleport around this guy. That's pretty cool. Shadow. Yes, you can move through hexes with monsters. Ooh, that's nice. The die of hope. Well, we hope you get better dice. We hope you get better dice. Big minis. Look, 58 millimeters. Woohoo! I mean, the dragon doesn't even look big next to him, does he? Nice slow animation. I like her little boots. He's gonna be a dwarf. Over 5 years of development for 1,500 playtesting sessions. That's actually nice, isn't it, to get that for free? Achievement sheets. Ooh. Wait, what? Development, their appearance and price will be revealed in the second half of the campaign. Dun 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 dun. That miniature pack add-on. What's that for? The custom dice is an add-on. Oh. That you're gonna love this game. These boxes can be deceiving. Massive tiles. Look at that. this poor man's little table. No, look, it's like a 1 by 1 meter, table for two at a restaurant. This game is gonna kill it. Oh my goodness me, it's big. Got to thank Donald Trump for that, have I? The team, 12 team, fairly large for a board game, and it's open up. Look at this beauty. Yesterday I looked at a rulebook that was in its very early stages, and it's so nice to come in to one that looks almost complete. And these are the most basic updates I've ever seen. Look, another stretch goal. You're not even telling us what the stretch goal is here. If they could get the license, they would call it Heroes of Might and Magic. I expect this to be difficult. I really do expect it to be difficult, but there is lots of strategy you can be doing here. And yeah, it's got so many cool things. We can't recommend it enough. Your add-ons in the second half of the campaign. We can't wait to see what them are. Euthia. Game looking absolutely amazing. It is going to be a joy on the table. There is nothing in board gaming like this. What can I say? There is a little video game called Heroes and Might and Magic. It's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 the titles. This game is basically the reimagining of that in board gaming. And it's so close to the video game that if it had the license, it would be that game. So it's basically the unofficial Heroes and Might and Magic board game, which is incredible. It really is. So let's jump to the Kickstarter page right after this important message from the station. Kickstarter Radio 102.4 does not stand still. It is constantly evolving. Our Saturday show has just been upgraded to the newest, skinniest version, where we only look at the games we covered in the week in a new, skinnier format. Also, our live show on Sunday has been trimmed off the fat too, and we look at games that we could not cover in the week that are full of promise too. And also, we will be covering all the interesting and cool games that are worth your attention, so it is worth subscribing to this channel just to see all that we offer. So why not subscribe and make this channel even better, as we have a ton of social stretch goals, so this channel gets bigger, better, and better for you, the viewer that loves Kickstarters. So if you're bored of retail, this is the YouTube channel made for you. Alright, Euthia, Torment of Resurrection. Oh, this game. Ooh. It's an epic competitive board game, and it's been inspired by role-playing game video game classics. Yeah, it's not telling us what they are, but I know what they are. I'll let you know as we come down. Look at these minis. Look at the art. But look at the Monopoly dice. These retail dice, I don't care what colour you make them, they stink of retail. Oh, retail-itis in this picture. Don't worry, there's a stretch goal to get rid of these bad boys. Yeah, we can also see here standees also, and this grand box. Interesting picture here. The Torment of Resurrection is the concept here, and you can see this player. It looks like they're getting resurrected at this church. Doing amazing. Look at this. This is second day coming in, and wow, 2,000 backers have jumped on this game. It is a known thing. It is. Look at this update to Kickstarter. Look, ooh, we got an update. What is this project? So we've got this kind of nice information here, and it is pretty good for companies that you haven't heard of. But it does say here, more than 1,000 players have enjoyed the first edition in Czechia. And now it's coming to Kickstarter in English. So it has been tested proven, out there on the market in the Czech Republic, and yeah, so it's coming. It's come to the West finally, you might say. Woohoo! If you're back within 24 hours, maybe you've missed it. Don't worry, I'm sure this is going to be coming as an add-on. It's a 60mm mini, so they might put $15 on this. We're not sure about that. Anyhow, even the fact that it's a griffin, points back to the RPG. It was that massively influenced it. Now, it's a competitive strategy role-playing game set in an open fantasy world. The fantasy world is it's not very thematic, you might say that. It's so generic, it really is. And there's a modular map, yes, full of quests, precious resources, dangerous enemies. You're going to gain experience, learn unique skills, obtain new equipment, treasure, explore places of elemental power. Now that can be put to lots of things, so it's really difficult to put genres on titles, and this one in particular. Yeah, now interesting this, isn't it? Look, it can take 2 hours per player. Are you telling me 4 players? This can be an 8-hour game. Notice these tiles have level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5 as they get more dangerous. As you start to move the map, you're going to need a big table for this. As you moves into a giant thing. Oh yes, this is going to get big. Look at the player boards. Oh my god, they are so big. They are huge, aren't they? Great section for the hero art. I like that. You can see sections here for different parts of the body for the armor. Nice. And over here are skills and abilities. So if you're a wizard, you can put your spell books in here. I'm not too happy about this, because it's kind of like if you get a new spell, it becomes like a little cube that it's not a cube, but it's these little tokens here. You can see the little card. You can see that go in here, and that's smaller than getting a new card in your hand, isn't it? But I mean, it is what it is. You're getting these small squares that go on your player mat here, so it is what it is. So what computer game is it based on? Heroes of Might and Magic is what it's based on. Heroes of Might and Magic was competitive, and you would have 2 heroes that run around the map, and for example, you would move to a location and stop at that location, and something would happen at this location. You can do everything like earn money from that, earn ore from that, go and defeat some enemies on that square, and level up your character. It's kind of a huge influence on this game. And Heroes of Might and Magic was a huge franchise back in the 90s and the early noughties. It went Heroes of Might and Magic 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's if you check it out, it's a monster title. On the PC only though. But this is what spawned this game. We've not had a Heroes of Might and Magic in modern video gaming, but now we're getting it in board gaming. So if it's been resurrected, boom, the game being Euthia, here it is. Look at this art of a vulture. Ooh, and you can kind of see the world a bit here where everything's dead. Travel the land. There's these teleport spaces that you can just blink to another area. Very cool. You can see these little squares here. These lend itself though to basic art, in my opinion. You get the hero image, but then you get this dry background, and I'm not a fan of these backgrounds. They just look like the easy route to go. If you want to put a background to these, that's the hard way to go, and the hard way to go is the impressive way. Because this is easier to do. It really is. Yep, so if you move your character on a mining square, for example, you can expect to get something from that tile. Now, here it says you can go for two things. You can get money from the mine, or you can get some ore from the mine, and you can go to shops in the game and sell stuff. So this guy's obviously been to a couple of mines, and he's willing to trade it off. In the shop here, you can see you can buy stuff also. So there's like a nice economy here to upgrade your character. And as you're dipping around the map, you'll be collecting stuff and then wanting to head back to the shop. That's kind of going to be the gameplay loop that you're doing. Defeat monsters to gain reputation. Now this is new. You didn't get this in the video game. Reputation is going to be something fresh in this genre, so it is very good. You gain an advantage, so if you control the area, you can claim the toll. Claim the toll. What is this? Yep, help the citizens. There's going to be quests to complete, side quests, and you're going to be getting nice loot from these, it says. And some of the quests are like equipment quests, so you know, you got to bring some boots here. This is pretty good because your character might get a pair of boots and he can't put them on because of his level, but once he levels up, he can then put those boots on. But his old boots, it's trash, isn't it? You've got now some trash in your bag. Well, that trash can be used for a quest. So instead of just hawking it into a shop, selling it in a bank, selling it in a shop, or just throwing it away, which is so dull, here it can actually be a quest. This is nice. Nice to see. Invoke nature's power. What is this? Are you rolling dice and your dice gives you a temporary buff? You know, is it going to buff fire attack with you, or whatever these elements are? Unsure. There's a lot, obviously, iconography here. It's hard to describe these tiles without jumping into the meaty rule book. Now, these are these squares that I said I don't really like, and compare them to an art which could, you know, art on a card could look fantastic. But here it's been reduced to these that are going to fit on your playmat. Well, you know, that's what the designer wanted to go on the mat. So be it. You can see here some of the spells though. There's a nice spell here, Ancient Knowledge. One of the parts of the video game used to get items that you didn't know what they were, and you could cast Ancient Knowledge to actually discover what it was. And you'd often have to go into a town and get somebody with knowledge to actually look at your item. You'd pay for them to look at what this item is. So it looks like they have this ability here, and if you've got a spell crafter, then yeah, you don't need to go and pay for such things. You can just do your spell, which is nice. I'm guessing it looks good. So this is all on the dice roll. Collect sets and upgrade. This is good that they have armor sets. You know, the more of this armor you have, the stronger holistically that set becomes. This plate armor here could be worse than some plate that you see in the world. but you'll keep it. And you'll keep it because you know if you complete this set, it's going to be way stronger than one piece of armor. So this is good to see. And interestingly enough, the characters here have their own character sets to get, which is beautiful. It really is a unique set of armor that only that certain character can have. It makes sense. I mean, there's no way a spellcaster could wear plate armor here, so there is that. You can see here there is some. It says collect sets and upgrade them, so it's giving like symbols here where you can potentially craft them to upgrade. So yeah, I mean, stuff going on here. Iconography again. Feed the inner monster. This is interesting, isn't it? That you have a monster ability card. Your character turns into the Lord of Bats. What is this? We've obviously not come across the characters yet on the Kickstarter page. Yeah, it is competitive, so you totally are going to be fighting the other players, but usually you're going to smash your head if you do that. You're both going to end up bruised. And you normally only do this to stop them going down the map, because you want to go down there first. Simple as that. So you might go head to head with an opponent, and you're both going to weaken each other when you do this. So it's kind of... try to avoid it. You do, but yeah, it says you can control monsters here, so this is nice also. Kill or be killed. Dun, 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 dun. Now, die and return to get stronger. So there is a risen mechanic here from also the video game. You're going to rise up in the church and it says live with the glory or pay the price. We don't know how the death mechanic here is working though, because it does say return to get stronger. Main story scenarios. So, ooh. 4 players. This is going to be the 4-hour game. Now, notice there's different games here. So, is this one cooperative? It says you got to defend the settlements in the final Faruga boss fight. So, this could be solo, or is it? It doesn't look competitive, does it? If you're in the scenario here. A 90-minute game. Deal with insidious curses and defeat Miserel in the church at the end. Okay, getting longer now. Are you going to try Brazaf? Search for and acquire legendary artifacts to banish Brasath for good. Is he this giant imp here? Demon? This is the 2 hours per player, 8-hour monster mission. So they do have tiered in, you know, different tiers in different time. Other scenarios, these are quicker stuff though. The hunt. Fear invocation. Get more dark magic into your hands to weaken your opponents. Ooh. And a semi-co-op. Enemies are sent to occupy the Church of St. Michael. You will have to join forces to fight them back, so get ready. Dun, 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 dun. I'm like pining here for the heroes. I want to know about the heroes. In-game scoring. You get scoring for killing monsters. You get scoring for getting resources. You get scoring for completing quests. You get scoring for weakening dragons. Ooh. And at the end game scoring, so it has Euro mechanics. What? So things you get in your possession, then they have a value, and at the end of the game, this value will turn into points. Hey! Everything counts that you're doing, it says. Everything counts. Defeated heroes. By controlling monsters. Now, although Euthia Torment of Resurrection is a competitive board game, there is also a possibility to play it solo. The gameplay works almost the same, but you will collect treasures, mine resources, trade with merchants, complete quests, and fight with monsters. For the monster AI, a deck of special cards is created instead of players controlling the monsters. Your goal is to get as much strength as you can to defeat the mighty dragon, and also to gain as much reputation as you can. You can also use the optional Euthia app for AI of monsters. Ooh, 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 ooh. Little section here mentioning there's an app. Mentioning here that it's optional also. So this app for convenience, but it looks like it's going to be some autonomous cards, and you can see a playthrough here to see how that works. Here it is. Interesting how it will extend your gaming experience. It says the app is under development, so this is maybe coming for this Kickstarter that's coming to the west. And look at the venomous spider. Ooh. Are you coming to rescue this person? Could that be a quest? Ooh, look at the cat. Look at the cat. Look at the cat. Look at the cat. What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box? Now, before we go down into the box, I just want to look at the pledge levels. Because we've not hit that yet, have we? You can $1 pledge, you can $1 pledge, you can $1 pledge. It's coming July 2020. That's just round the corner. What's the point in $1 pledging? You're going to be paying for it soon anyway. When does this end, this Kickstarter? You've got 28 days. We're going to be into June, and they should be shipping it then. Bloody hell, Spider-Man. This is coming so soon. This is coming right round the corner. Is the stretch goals? The core, there is stretch goals here. You can see the core box here is 6 kilos. Ooh. Hang on, look at this. July 2020, is that when the pledge manager closes? Is this part of the Kickstarter update? If you're doing $1 pledge, you can put when it closes, because Frosthaven did this also. Frosthaven had the minimum pledge of $1, also delivering in 2020, even though the game won't ship to later. And it looks like here, look, the game does not ship to April 2021. This is very confusing. Instead of estimated delivery, this is what's confusing here. It should say pledge manager closing date. That's what it should say. So if you $1 pledge it, you're going to only have a month extra anyway before you've got to pay for it. Here we are, we're at the characters. Oh, I don't want to look at the characters yet. We're going to... 79 then for the core. Is there something bigger? There is! It's going to be the miniature pledge. And the rest is for retail, or if you've got friends that want to buy 6 boxes. Interesting here as it gets to the STL files for the minis. And it gives you the STL files for the core pledge also. This is pretty cool, right? I mean, why are you going to pledge the mini pledge if you can just print it out in the core? They're not giving you an expansion or anything in here. It's just the minis. So if you have, I mean, how many board gamers have a 3D printer? This would be interesting to know. It's going to be less than 1% is what it's going to be. And if you've got a 3D printer and you're printing these minis out, is it going to be $20 the material to print them out? That's another thing. How much does it cost to print minis out? Alright, so let's have a look at these characters then. We've got Ale, looks like a priest at a guess. Beautiful staff here. She reminds me of an actress from the USA. Not very famous actress, but maybe you know who I'm thinking. I don't know. You can see her legendary. Oh, I'm gonna say. I'm saying legendary. Armor set here. Her armor set is some sacred armor. She's healing. That is a spell. And a lunar staff. I guess these are something just specific to her character. I don't know if this is... I think you might want to get what she's wearing in her hero image to get her set collection. I don't know. Dral. This is what I mean. They're a little bit generic, aren't they? We've got a priest-ish character here who specializes in healing. We have a master of fighting here, Dral, who he has a mule, so is he going to be able to carry more stuff in his bags? It looks like a mule gives you 2 extra bag space. Nice. Naildor, the sorcerer, wizard, blazing hands. This is also super strength skill. This one, oh yes, and he's an alchemist as well. Ooh, nice. Kelia, skilled hunter. Ooh, what can she do? Range attack, master thief, backstab attack. Ooh. Tessira, a loner with no interest in others and almost material rage dwelling in her. A book of power. After defeating a monster, she gets stronger, maybe? Ooh. Put curses on enemies and has a dark grasp. Nice. I like her artwork here in this kind of spooky place. Cool. She's almost a witch, isn't she? So that's it. 4 characters. You've got 4. 5 characters. Here we go. Priest. Warrior. Wizard. Ranger. Witch. There you go. This is completely without any lore. It's very generic fantasy. You know, the video game at least had a campaign story with, you know, it was heroes of might and magic. The heroes, you know, had their own history and stuff through the game's history. Here, it can't rely on any of that, so it's very loose. And, you know, if you're playing a huge thematic game, let's say you're doing your 100 quests, sorry, the 100 missions of Gloomhaven, and you just, you know, you want a refreshing break from it. This is where these games come into play, where you want to play a game that has 0 theme, just to clean yourself. It's like taking a sip of water between food when you're at a dining table, something like this, right? A palate cleanser is what it is. That's why Talisman has been very popular over these years and still is, because when you're playing big thematic games, you can just relax and go into a complete clean of theme, and it feels good. So yeah, there's definitely a place for these themeless games when they're like this. And of course it does have Euro mechanics, this game, which is strange. Oh, Chapter 1 tiles, Chapter 2, Chapter 3, Chapter 4, Chapter 5. You can see here how it goes more beautiful, starts getting more woody, you're going into the war area and then the death area. And 12 tiles each, and if you go into level 5 or chapter 5, that's going to be massive on your table, isn't it? Monster cards here, only 40. If you're on your 8-hour quest, there's only 40 different monster cards. Okay. The art on the tiles, though, does look very cool. It reminds me of the video game. It's so close to the art that I remember. It really does. Certainly functional iconography around it, and very, very cool. I do like it very much. Just wish there was more monsters. But you're getting like generic monsters coming out here. The skeletal archer, the grizzly bear, gold cards, silver cards. So you're getting lots and lots of different components here. Shop tiles, alchemist tiles, dragon slayer. 51 of these. Ooh. Gold tokens. I wonder if there's a coin pad. Treasure tiles. Obviously these are going to be, you don't know what is there, so that's kind of cool. Gem tokens. We're getting these from mines and places for the crafting or just to sell. Resource tiles, 25 of these. Lake resource tiles, and you go here for different ores as well. Caves to go in. Lots of things to be doing on the map. And you move fairly quickly around the map. I don't understand why it's going to take 8 hours. I'm very curious of that game mode. These element cards, these are massive bosses here. Maybe you can control these, I don't know. They certainly look like they are, you know, a character. NPC maybe, I don't know. 86 quests though, this is interesting. And some of these have got quest tiles. Look at this with the question mark over the head. It's very World of Warcraft, that one, isn't it? Although the quest means it's ready to hand in the quest. But yeah, reminds me of that. The hero boards, you get the hero standees. The hero tiles, you can see here. Get a little bit more of what they're doing here. A serene walk. Oh, nice. Is that a spell to walk faster? Oh, this is interesting. Drail here. He can explore a monster. So instead of attacking a place, he can look in there and see what level of monster it's going to be. So that's like careful planning. That's interesting. And his little role playing here, he can extort. extortion here. Buy for -5. At least 2 to get points. That's kind of weird, isn't it? Anyway, here's Maldor the Wizard, and it says you can teleport to any portal or teleport to any adjacent hex. You can teleport to any portal without going in a portal, so we can teleport around this guy. That's pretty cool. The hunter here, anything interesting here? Shadow, yeah, she can move through hexes with monsters. Oh, that's nice. And it looks like she gets a discount in the shop. Very cool. And this is what I like. You get kind of these charming skills that you don't normally get in thematic games, and it's just part of the charm of these themeless games. This is why they're popular. The witch then, she does have a blizzard attack, which is attack first. Nice. The ale grease, what is that doing? I get the impression this rulebook's going to be a monster. So here we've got tokens and these dice. They're not very heroic, these dice, they look. Monopoly, Monopoly. Get rid of these, get rid of these, get rid of these. According to the research notes, there is dice. The dice are getting done in the stretch goals, so relax, relax, relax. 19 dragon cards, I like this very much. The die of hope. Well, we hope you get better dice, we hope you get better dice. 80 other components, miscellaneous. The Autonomy deck for the solo, and the rulebook, and an appendix. Ooh. Everything's may appear differently, of course. It's subject to change. You're not coming for another year. PVC minis, big minis. Look, 58mm. Woohoo! I mean, the dragon doesn't even look big next to him, does he? I mean, this is the scaling it to each other. But I do like these minis. I really do. Of course, you're playing your generic game here. And what generic game doesn't have minis? You know, with Talisman, you've got all those minis. Fantastic. It would be nice if these are unpainted, that you could put them in a ring around the bottom of these. The bases look very thin, don't they? If you make the bases thicker, you can put a rubber band around it, the coloured bases that you can slot between them to distinguish them. If you're playing, for example, Talisman and there's 4 characters across the map, and you're kind of new to it, you're kind of going, which one's my character? Especially here, you've got 3 female characters. Which one's mine? Oh, it's the one with the orange thingy around it. Ah, yeah, I'm orange character. So maybe get some coloured bases. Here's the dragon. He's not much bigger than the heroes, so he's kind of a baby dragon. And I guess, I mean, is he going to come? Yeah, you're going to have to put his wings in, I'd say, but it is what it is. This game is on the market already. These minis new, because we've not got any images of them. Maybe not. Looks, you can see painted here how they look. These faces don't look very good, do they? But yeah, they are looking cool. They are looking big. They look like they're going to be great to paint. And the bigger they are, the more the details pop. I like Kalia here when she comes around. This is nice slow animation. I like her little boots. And look, you can see her stomach. She's been working out. she's definitely got the, I go to the gym a lot stomach, hasn't she? Oh, look, there's a mysterious character, and I'll tell you what he is. He's going to be a dwarf. He's going to be a dwarf. He looks like he's got a crossbow on his back, maybe. And let's just guess this. He's a taskmaster, is my guess. A rune master. Ruins, and so he's kind of like a ranger, half magic, maybe. What's that? A magic dwarf? How can you have a magic dwarf? Yes, you can have a magic dwarf. Why is Euthia so unique? Over 5 years of development. An open world RPG. Over 1,500 playtesting sessions. Enormous replayability. And 3 perfectionists in the team? That's a strange one, isn't it? Yeah, it obviously is a labor of love. It really is. Alright, here are the pledges. Massive box. How heavy? 6 kilos. Comes with STL files for the 1%. And it's nice that it's coming less than $100. You can see it's maybe going to be $105 when it comes to buying it off his website. We need to check the one question FAQ out. We're not going to find that out, are we? Anyhow, here's the upper pledge, and of course it's $100, just below $100. Minis look great though. They do look great. They are big. They're bigger than most games. They really are. And even though they're not very dynamic, for the type of game it is, you're not rolling in combat often, so you're mainly exploring and doing other stuff. You're very busy doing other stuff mainly. So I'm not too concerned about that bit, but yeah, they are looking cool. Don't worry, is this your first time on Kickstarter? Click here. Oh, if you're a newbie to Kickstarter. Oh, if you are, subscribe to Kickstarter Radio 102.4. We cover all the great games, the unusual games, and ones that you need to put your attention to. Like this one. Here we are, the stretch goals. Look at this art. Looks very simple, doesn't it? Compared to all the other art on the cards. It's kind of weird. Anyway, it's functional. Let's get on with it. We've unlocked 8 new monster cards. Yes! Needs more monsters. It's also unlocked a black wash finish on all the minis. Okay. That's actually nice, isn't it, to get that for free? Achievement sheets. Ooh. A quest pack. That's really nice. 2 more map tiles and some encounter cards. Very nice indeed. Linen finish on all the cards and all your little pieces, your little squares here that I don't like. I'm starting to like them better now. Here's the dwarf. So he's not got magic. A dwarf with magic heresy. He's not been unlocked, but we know what he's going to be. A ranger. How are they going to make him different? He does have a big hammer, so we'll just have to see. Lower and R, 8 pages of lower and R. It's very slim, isn't it, on its lower, so you know, if you want to have a little bit going in, then that is kind of nice to have. And will it get longer, this path? If you remember, the game has 5 chapters will this go down into the more dangerous land and get more stuff. We'll see how big the campaign goes, but hopefully there's more planned. 250 bucks for the dwarf. Let's just see how much has it got at the minute. 175 euro. Hey. It's got dollars here and it's got euros on the Kickstarter, so I mean, which one is it? Your Kickstarter's in euros, but your stretch goals are in dollars. Okay. Add-ons. Ooh. Wait, what? Add-ons are currently in development. Their appearance and price will be revealed in the second half of the campaign. Dun, 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 dun. That's going to be a news item, isn't it? We'll have to cover that on this week on. Ooh. Griffin add-on. This is the early bird. Metal coins. Yes. The miniature pack. Miniature pack add-on. What's that for? Curious. You've got me curious there what that is. An insert organizer for the box. That's going to be an add-on. Really? The custom dice is an add-on? Oh, what? Card sleeves? Yes, of course. They're going to be an add-on, yeah. Oh man, you can't get a stretch goal for dice. You've got to get them as an add-on. That's why my notes say custom dice ? Yeah, it is a question, that one, isn't it? Why will you love this game? Playstyle variations, of course. Solo mode with 6 different characters to play. Yeah. Joy of exploring, 100%. Yes. This type of game, where you're running around that map, quickly doing things, it's a massive fun thing to do. It really is. You're doing so much things, getting so much things coming in all the time. Ding, 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 things happening, things happening, things happening, things happening. It's great. Lots of variety on the map. Every component in the box goes through multiple iterations of feedback, while our team of graphic perfectionists, led by Euthia, are constantly revising and updating the components. Some changes are even too small to even see, but we believe this level of attention to detail is necessary to present the play with the best possible experience. Ooh. They've set the bar for themselves, which is good to see. Low luck dependency. Our lead designer, Tedious, hates luck-based games and is always on the hunt for gameplay situations which are too dependent on luck. It calls itself here a strategy game. This is a strategy game after all. Well, yeah, if you see some enemies that are too tough for you, you can leave them. You can come back later when you're stronger. That's your strategy. Only necessary text. So, yeah, they've definitely gone for lots of iconography. Rivalry between players. Of course, when you're playing these games, you know, you don't have to enforce the player versus player. You can turn that off to make it more noob friendly. So yeah, there is a ton of opponents. We've got solo in. Why is this game not for you? It doesn't have any storytelling. That's refreshing. Cleanse your palate of gaming. If you're on a cooperative game, this is not it. You've got a small kitchen table. Nope. You can play with it on the floor. You can play it on the floor. It's going to be very big, the footprint. If you're going from chapter 1 to chapter 5, all those tiles, oh my goodness. It might even stretch my 2x2 table. The time per player. If you hate planning your moves and watching your opponents develop their strategies, so there's going to be a bit of downtime, it says here. Time per player, yeah. In-game overthinkers. So it says there's been analysis paralysis. I don't think that's coming to this type of game, but it's... especially when your turns are going to be quick and then you've got to wait for someone who's deciding what they're going to do. Yeah, that's possibly going to happen. Can't handle dying? Well, dying is part of the game, yes. Yeah, you can be coming back at the chapel though, right? There is a source of resurrection. It says here, rivalry between players. When others take all trading places, you have to pay them for trading. So you can actually, like, own a region, and all those shops in that area, they've got to pay a levy to you, which is pretty cool. Dice in game. It talks about She's blessing here will help you on your journey. Yeah, there are certain tiles in this genre where if you go to, they give you a temporary blessing, a buff, and there could be a buff for re-rolling. That'd be kind of interesting to have. Long rulebook. Yeah, we're waiting to look at this beast. But it says if you don't want to read it, just watch our how to play video, which is great. Tons of components. Yeah, do you not like cleaning up the table after the game? You're going to hate us. We hate us, it says. You can go to Tabletopia. This is great to see, though. You can try it out before you pledge. And it is confidence that you're going to love this game. Yes. Now we have our reviews and previews. You're in one of them right now. You're in one of them right now. Man, there's a lot of them. Check all these out. There's even an unboxing. How big is this monster? Let's have a quick nosy at this one. I'm just sitting here. Doesn't look so big, but these boxes can be deceiving. Alright, here's lots of books, lots of tokens. I'm curious here. Oh, look at this. Lots of punching. Look at the tile art here. Very nice. Hero boards. Massive tiles. Look at that. This poor man's little table. No. Look. It's like a 1x1 meter, table for two at a restaurant. This game is gonna kill it. Alright. These are interesting videos, aren't they? We've got these short videos here, and then we've got the long playthrough videos, so nicely arranged on the Kickstarter. This is one beautiful here. You can see all the tiles out here. And how to plays. And here's the big rule book. Says it is work in progress, not final. Okay. Yep. Lots of rulebook translations, even in Greek. Ooh. Production photos. Yeah, these are the big minis. They don't look that detailed for being so big, to be frank about it, but you could probably have spotted that from the painted minis. And here's the griffin. Here's the dragon painted up, guys. The heroes painted up. The witch looks really good. So does the wizard. I love his robe. Look at the priest looking over to the side. And the hunter. So yeah, box components. We saw that just quickly on the unboxing. Lots of sheets coming out. Has a kind of a middleware quality to it. And but you are getting a lot in the box. And again, the footprint's gonna be big. Is that the footprint on the table? Ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. That's very big, isn't it? What's this big thing up here? Oh my goodness me, it's big. I don't like standees. I don't think the game has pulled me into standees yet. And I'm guessing the game is going to look confusing, but it grows slowly. This is like in-game. This could be an hour in the game when it's like this. You're not going to see all these tiles, is my guess. It'd be overwhelming coming in if that's what you started with. You see all the tokens around here. Did you mention it is token heavy? Right, it says, for each language translation, we need 500 backers to cover the costs. Ooh. All right, 500 backers, or the campaign gets funded with at least 300,000 US dollars. And you get 300 backers in the language, so one or the other. Why is it showing me prices in euros at the top? It's weird. Your pledge levels are in dollars. It's weird. It says, remind me, I am logged in here. It is, I don't know what that is. That's strange, it really is. Anyway. Fan-made stuff going on. Interesting. Interesting. Fan-made components. What are they going to be? Get in touch, it says. Very good indeed. Uh-oh, it's Easter. Easter again. That's why the minis. That's why the minis. That's why the minis look funky. Yeah. Easter. Man, there's a lot going on here, isn't there? Lots of partners. Shipping wise is nice. I mean, look, Mexico, they've got the USMCA trade deal prices here, and you can see here Mexico is around the Canadian price. This is great to see. Got to thank Donald Trump for that, have I? Yes, okay, nod my hat, my virtual hat at the Presidente of the United States. We have updated shipping here. Oh man, this is the future of Kickstarter for Mexico. Yes! Miniature pledge makes it a little bit heavier. I'm guessing that could be the miniature insert also. Pushes it up. Do feel sorry for those people hitting the 73. That is a bitter pill to swallow. Yep. Let's look at this minimum pledge thing again here, because it says July 2020. Why has it got July 2020? The pledge manager opens July. Is that Is that what it's saying? It doesn't say when it's going to close on here, though. But I'm guessing it's going to be around September, just before production begins. Not sure about that. May come to retail. This game may come to retail. We can see here the team, 12 team, fairly large for a board game, and it's a middleware company. Yeah, we're not talking indie here. They are certainly up and coming, and we certainly need more middleware games on Kickstarter. That's for certain. These AAAs like to load their Kickstarters where they go over $200, and so yeah. All right, we're at the bottom, peeps. We're going to look at this juicy rulebook right after this.
The next social stretch goal on KiS 102.4 is the 250 subscriber. Subscribe today and unlock new music that will change the music in all the videos in the future. You could be part of the evolution.
Well, here's the rulebook. There's no front cover on this beast. Not yet, at least. Looking nice, though. I do like it. We don't have an index at the back, and this is a massive 40-page rulebook. So please put an index here, peeps. Come on. Please. Alright, as we open up, look at this beauty. Yesterday I looked at a rulebook that was in its very early stages, and it's so nice to come in to one that looks almost complete. Oh man, it's like sticking out like a sore thumb. Those dice, man. Those dice. Just gotta relax, just gotta relax. It's gonna be an add-on, it's gonna be an add-on. Yes. So yeah, you're getting a lot here. This is what's flying out the box. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Interesting, the setup here. It's like a very slow setup, isn't it? Here, get your board, get all your tokens. Get the scenario board out. Get the mining board and combat board out. Get your trading board out, get your knowledge board out, get your scenario selection out, get the map tile. It's like a huge setup here. This is not a 2-page spread of quickly setting up here. This is like, no, you're getting ready for a long playtime here. And there's a lot of stuff going on here. All right. Interesting places here. We've got portals, treasure tiles, mountain tiles, lake, caves, different types of elementals, merchants, alchemists, some encounter ones down here, dragon slay towers. It has a front side of a map tile. It says front side. It has a front side of a starting map, and then you has a back side, and you've got the quest giver thing on there. It's interesting, isn't it? Alright, very good. 3 levels of monsters though. Going to be nice. And talks a little bit about iconography here. It has this icon, huge icon. It's going to be loot. A mercenary fortress. So there's a lot of these tiles here that they're not telling you about. Mercenary fortress here's not in your list here, so it's not exhaustive. Player health here. So, you know, you can dice with death. If you're down at 1 health, you shouldn't really go attacking people, should you? You should be heading back to heal. So that's your strategy. You've got little bits of easy strategy like that. You know, it's schoolboy teaching. Be a schoolboy arrow to attack if you had 1 health. Especially as your dice rolling. It's talking about your bags here. Trophies. These are nice. When a hero defeats monsters in combat, they take a monster card as a trophy. The monster card is too big to fit in a sack, therefore, mark the sack where the hero stores the trophy by a shield icon. Ooh. This is reminding me of Talisman, where if you defeat enemies, you take that card, you cash it in at the city, or you can use it to level up in Talisman. Woohoo! It says there's more on this on page 26, so coming up. Alright. Yeah, there's one-time effects here. These are going to be the buffs that you get on the map. These are going to be good though. I do like these. It says you're going to have one-time effects on equipment, healing, moving, and injury. You're going to be rotating the tile by 90 degrees, so yeah, interesting stuff. Tap is how we say it. It's tapped. We have a verb for this now. It's tap, to tap the tile. In this case, I don't think I've heard of tapping a tile before. A card, yes, but they're going for the they really don't want to go for cards. I guess the footprint will get bigger with cards for your character. One type of effects here. All iconography here. Does it mention what these are? Anywhere. One-time effects. Man, even if you come here on an index and you go, one-time effects, page 14, and you come here and it's just these pictures and you're like, what's the explanation for this? Yeah, I can't see that explained here. Interestingly, armor set icons here. A triangle must be a 3 set, a square 4 set, and you can have a 5 set piece. That is nice. There is rings and amulets in the game. Very good. And yeah, I mean, the game's already out. This is basically a well sorted out rulebook. There's a lot of text in here though to get, but fairly certain that when you get playing it, you won't need the rulebook that often. But I mean, look how detailed the text is, and it does need an index in case you need to clarify something. Alright, in the trading here, you can purchase things, sell things, heal yourself, unveil, that must be loot that you don't identify. Train your abilities as a character, unlock slots on your board, you might be able to get different bags, and purchase GARs. GARs, what is that? You should have a little square here that mentions what GARs is. I shouldn't need to look at a different book to find what that is if you've got an appendix book. I mean, tell me what that is here. It says unveil. Pay 1 gold to unveil new hero tiles. See page 16. Purchase of GARs. At Dragon Slayer Towers, the player can buy 1 GAR token. I still don't know what a GAR token is. Lots of stuff going on here. It is a meaty book. Really is. Now, up here, the loot, it says you are drawing cards. So sometimes you'll be drawing a gold card, and that loot, it seems to be randomized. You're going to be shuffling that deck. And look, you can get these GAR tokens here. It's like a little ruin. What are you doing with them? Gar in combat up here. If a monster player uses a Gar token, they can reroll a die and add 2 to the monster attack roll. So yeah, here's your dice mitigation. It's a resource in the game. Alright, very good. Alright, we're getting to see more of the tiles here. These icons here are very small, aren't they? Don't worry if that book gets bigger. Just make the art bigger. And here are the scenarios in the book, which makes it even meatier. It says, "Be ready" on page 36. Be ready. You are not prepared. I mean, look at this Marezel scenario, the backstory, a little paragraph. Now that is what we call lore, not in porn. It really is. Alright, talking about Solo here. And there we are. Certainly needs an FAQ, would be nice. And a index. Bottom right here, summary of death of a hero. If a hero dies during the game, hero is resurrected in the church. How does resurrection work? The player puts the hero in the church and heals them to the maximum. If an opponent caused the death of a hero, the opponent takes a shield token off the hero who died, it should say. But the dead hero receives 3 Gars and a gold card, so you actually get special equipment. I'm guessing you get resurrected with all the gear in your bags and stuff like that. If an opponent did not cause the death of a hero, then you're going to lose 2 reputation, receive no Gar and no gold card. It says, however, we will clarify these special situations for each appropriate places in the rules. It says, we're in the rules here, what are you saying that for? Tell me what page it is. So there's probably more to come in this book. It's going to get even bigger. Needs that index. Needs that index. Needs that index. You've got room here for an index. You've got room. You've got room. You've got room. You've got room. All right, let's go back to Kickstarter and wrap this up. Now we've come back to the top and it is in US dollar. It was in euros because I think our researcher was looking at something and changed it to euros for another Kickstarter. Well, here we go. Yes, getting close to 200,000. If we just have a dip our feet in the stretch goals. It's getting close to 200,000. So linen finish coming very soon. Maybe before you see this video, it will be up there. Have a little quick peek at the one question in the FAQ. It's talking about that $1 pledge. Yep, the updates. Have a quick nosy in here. Talking about stretch goals and. Let's have a look at these updates. It's got this basic art. Why are you showing this off? You can look at the first short story of Euthia here, if you wish. Okay, it's on the page, on the second update. And and these are the most basic updates I've ever seen. Look, another stretch goal. You're not even telling us what the stretch goal is here. You just want us to go down the page and find it. You could easily put it here. These update pages are way too basic, aren't they? Oh dear. Well, you need to get on that big time. Alright, final thoughts then. Euthia. It looks and reminds me of Heroes and Might and Magic. That is not a bad thing at all. Oh man, dude, I loved that game series. I really did. And this looks very charming reproduction of that. Obviously doing its own stuff made it into a board game, but it looks like if they could get the license, they would call it Heroes of Might and Magic. Simple as that. They would have called it that if they could get the license. But I think Ubisoft are not done with that license. I think they're going to refresh it sometime in the future. They're sitting on it. But yeah, looks to be a very good palette cleanser with all these massive story campaigns, heavy themed games that are on Kickstarter at the minute. This is a classic example of a palette cleanser where you can just put this down and blast through it, have a bit of fun for a whole day, and it'll make you feel good. It'll make you feel good about gaming because you've just cleaned yourself out of these heavy themes. So it is good for that. I expect this to be difficult. I really do expect it to be difficult, but there is lots of strategy you can be doing here. To be going in healing, getting those tiles, the gal tiles, to mitigate the dice. Again, look, the developers here, they don't like luck in games. They don't like RNG, so there is mitigation here, thankfully. And yeah, it's got so many cool things. We can't recommend it enough. There's a few complaints. All I can say is the mini quality needs to be up, and you need to get onto Easter because they've got a reputation that is dropping all the time. And we'll see. We'll put it on our news segment on this week on when you drop your add-ons in the second half of the campaign. We can't wait to see what them are, Euthia, and yeah, we'll definitely be covering that. Oh yeah. Your updates need to be more effort in them. Like, you know what the stretch goals coming up. You know the stretch goals that are coming up. You could easily prepare the update page for that. Or you could have them in the can, waiting for them, ready to roll as soon as they unlock. So yeah. But, you know, game looking absolutely amazing here. You can see everything in the box that's coming here. There's so many videos for you to check out. Even you can play it on Tabletopia. My goodness me, this game's doing everything possible to show you how great this game is. And trust me, it plays exactly like the video game did, and it is going to be a joy on the table. There is nothing in board gaming like this. Maybe there was on Kickstarter earlier in February. Check our channel out. No, but this is more true to the video game. It is very, very close to it here. And what can I say? It's totally looking superb. I don't think I'm going to be able to convince my wife of getting this as you know. But we'll see. We'll come back and see what the add-ons are, because that could tempt me. That could make it insta-back for me. But at the minute, highly recommended, yes. And yeah, there we go. On that bombshell, this is Kickstarter Radio 102.4. I'm Lipstickpaddy. You take care, stay safe, and bye-bye for now.